One of my interests in the world as Mahdi Shaheeb Sher is America and Homer Simpson and the Simpsons. I think that America has created a world where we're living in kind of in a Simpsons world. It's kind of like a nuclear Armageddon world where it's very much slow paced like the Simpsons. And I think that's what the reality of a nuclear Armageddon world looks like. It looks like the Simpsons. That's how it moves. That's how it is. It's kind of like lots of public services with corporate people employed by public services and public authorities and people working in public services all the time. And it's very much a depressed world, a slow sleepwalking world. And I think that America is to blame for this kind of Simpsons world. It's very, very, very unhealthy for the world, obviously, because we shouldn't have a nuclear Armageddon situation. That's not a factual or a realistic situation. I think it's created out of necessity and dangerous situations and circumstances, perhaps with artificial problems. And I think that's why we have a concoction of an unusual and surreal looking Simpsons world. I think we should have a normal world, but for some reason we do have an occurrence of a Simpsons world, largely due to the Americans. And I think the Americans are to blame for some kind of a world that looks like the Simpsons. It has people that look like those Homer Simpson people, and I think that's how they look like. They look like plastic melted people. They look unusual and subhuman as people, and I think that the best way to describe how those people look like in kind of a nuclear fallout situation and a nuclear Armageddon world is that they seem to have some kind of melted skin, and that's why they look like those cartoons. It's something to do with spiky hair and melted skin, and it's very yellow skin as well. But it's very much preoccupied with the realities and behaviors of those cartoons in those cartoon programs. So I think America does need to kind of engage in some kind of negotiation and diplomacy in perhaps nuclear proliferation throughout the world. We have problems with rogue nations that have nuclear weapons and arsenals. We have nuclear proliferation with India and Pakistan, and that's a danger zone. There's a lot of nuclear weapons in North Korea that pretty much supplies nuclear weapons throughout the known world. We have new nuclear weapons programs that kind of occupy developing countries such as Iran and North Africa and various other countries as well. And we have nuclear submarines now which are capable of carrying kind of small missiles, nuclear missiles, and these are short-range missiles that are more powerful than long-range nuclear missiles. So we do have perhaps more of a nuclear threat than we have done in perhaps 30 or 50 years. And I think that America is to blame for some kind of a aggressive, warmongering attitude with conflict in regional places like Africa and the Middle East. I think that with this kind of conflict-prone America in the world. I think with America engaged in regional war conflicts, there is hostility and there is some kind of condition for more serious threats of warfare and more serious escalation of warfare. So that's my view of the nuclear threats that we have in the world and how it kind of compares to Homer Simpson and the Simpsons as a world that's dealing with nuclear threats.